Hello there. Today we're going to learn how to make another quilt card. And you're going to need 8 squares. And these are all 1-inch squares. I've got, as you can see, 4 solid and 4 decorative. These actually came from, I believe, a tissue box. Either that or junk mail. One or the other. You need a card front. And my card front is 4 by 5 1/4. And you need to find your center. Okay, and you can see that I just kind of made marks on either side just so that I could find my center, and I just crossed it over. That way I can just find my center point. So this you won't see. These I can erase and get rid of those. So, alrighty. And then you need some type of embellishment, and I did have leftover piece of the blue when I cut this, so I used my 1-inch flower punch and I punched out some flowers and put them together. I might use those, or I might change my mind. I don't know. I'm not sure just yet. But the main thing is making this 8 square pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 squares of each color. Okay, I'm going to turn these over because what we're going to do is we're going to tape them together. Oh, I've got tape right here. Good. So we're just going to put the 3 decorative ones together in a row. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the solid color. And it doesn't matter what kind of tape you use. This is great for using up those mailing labels too. If you have excess mailing labels, this is a good way to use those up. Just stick them on the back. All right, so there. So now we've got those together. So now what we're going to do is we're going to line these up so that we can put 2 squares together, or 4 squares together rather, right where our little cross is. So I'm going to line it up and do these 2 squares and ignore the 2 outer squares. So I'm going to put these 2 together, but I want to line it up on here. All right, like that. And then I want to turn it so that it's not hanging off the page. Like so. Okay, I think that'll work. Or here, maybe I should do it this. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right. For some reason in my eyes, that looks better. Doesn't really matter. All right, so what we're going to do is, then we're going to take this one, and we're going to make a cross. So we're going to make a V, and then a V. Whoops, I've got some glue on there. So that's what we're doing. So this is a V. So then we need this one to come out on this end, and then this is going to be a V. So we want this one to come out on this one. So see what I mean by 2 V's? Crossing over. Okay, then we need to turn this. All right. So now we know this is going to go on here, so we can go ahead and tape this one together. Come on. Using all these scrap pieces of tape. And I'm just going to line it up right in the middle, if I can see where I'm going at here. All right. There. And then I'm going to do this one, turn this one over, put this one up against here. There. All right. Now we can see how it's going to go together like that. Isn't that cool? So we're going to make 2 of these with 3 1-inch squares, and then the opposite on top. And then we're going to turn them and match up just 2 of the squares. That's the easiest way I have found to line these up. Isn't that simple? So a very simple way to line them up. All right, then you can maneuver this around and you can figure out how to line it up with your little middle point on your card. So now all we have to do is just glue this down. So let's go ahead and put some glue behind here. So again, these are all 1-inch squares. There. Alrighty, and then we can press that down, and then we can turn this one over, and we can put glue on the back of this one. Sometimes these things look so simple, and then when we go to do them, then it gets a little confusing because of the layout. But that's why I like to play around with these little shapes in my mind and think, how can I make this the easiest way possible? And this is what I found by making two hats. That hat and this hat. Funky shaped hat, isn't it? But there you go. Now we've got a crisscross shape. Isn't that cool? All right. So now I can get rid of these 4 markings here because we don't need that. And if you're good at eyeballing, which I usually am pretty good, then you don't even really need to find the center spot. You could always just look at it and then just eyeball it, and that's what I usually do. So, but, alrighty, I wanted to make it easy for everybody. I really like the way that looks. Now we need to put this on a card and add the embellishments. So let's get a blank card. We can put this on. We can layer it again. And I think I'm going to do a faux layer with my black marker because I like to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over and do a faux layer. So it looks like it's been matted on black when really it hasn't. I'm just using my dry erase markers. And check it out, I've got a faux matte layer. How cool is that? My neat little trick. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this on. Perfect. And this idea came from Pinterest. It's been all over the Pinterest. So, very easy. Alrighty, so now we just have to decorate it however you want to. You can put a word on it. You can do flowers. I did make these flowers because I thought this orange matches the orange here. So, I don't know. I guess we could put, ooh, we could even put one in the middle. I was thinking of, that's kind of cute. I was thinking of just putting them in one of the corners like this. But you know what? I don't really like that. But right in the middle, I do like that. That's pretty. Or I wonder what that looks like. That kind of takes away from the visual, though. I don't want to take away from the visual because when you look at it, I like that visual. I think that looks really cool. So, but this does not take away from it. And that looks okay. And that's nice and simple. So I think I'm going to do that. Why not? I made 3, but I only need 1. So let's go for it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. And I can use the other flowers on the inside. All right, Barbara, let's do this the easy way. There you go. Ta-da! Isn't that pretty? Very, very simple. I like it. All right, so let me bring this up and show you. Pretty cool, isn't it? And remember, we're making this shape with the two V's going over each other. So, and it's 3 1-inch squares, tape them together, 3 1-inch squares, tape them together, and then the 4th one, the opposite color, tape it together right in the middle on each side. Then put those 2 hats together, and that's how you create it. How simple. All right, so I hope you like this idea and you'll give it a try. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.